Hello everyone. Sorry I was gone for so long. I just had to make a quick, unexpected move. And just had to like make sure everything was working, everything was set up, and yeah. I just today just wanted to like do a quick what you call it, like a quick test stream to see everything is working. Everything seems to be working except the camera because one, I don't have the proper wires for the camera setup, and I also have my green screen somewhere in the garage that I need to bring up. Um, so it's a little bit of a mess. Yeah, okay, cool. Hi, Grid. Welcome. And also welcome, Sanji. While I was moving, I just found some old notes of mine regarding Final Fantasy 14. Wait, my thing still says clear obscure. Did I mess that up? It should be Final Fantasy 14 because I wanted to just talk about Final Fantasy 14 a little bit as an excuse for a test stream. Um, but anyways, welcome everyone. Welcome, and sorry I was gone for so long. Okay, cool. So anyways, while I was moving, and I was going through the boxes and everything, I found some old notes, from me about Final Fantasy 14 from back in the day. And my wife was curious, and like we got to talking, and we're not currently living together because she's still in college in another state. So I was this is my excuse to like help her, and in so doing, like help someone else with like starting with Final Fantasy 14, which is one of my favorite games of all time. So Final Fantasy 14, it's a MMORPG that has a monthly subscription and everything, but the one unique thing about Final Fantasy 14 is that you can play it to a certain degree for free. So Final Fantasy 14 has a free trial period that you can play up to like level 70, I think, level 70 or level 80. I can't remember. Oh yeah, level 70. So become the warrior of light, and fight to deliver the realm from certain destruction. Play the free trial for up to level 70 for free with no restriction on playtime. So you can play this for free until level 70 forever if you choose to do so. There will be some restrictions, obviously, but like the game itself, it's an excellent game, and you can just keep on playing. So you sign up to this. You create, if you don't already have a Square Enix account, you could have a Square Enix account because like you signed up for like Final Fantasy 11 back in the day or something. Or you can just create your own Final Fantasy 14 like Square Enix account. You go through this, and then you submit, and then they're gonna send you an email and a download file. And once you've got everything downloaded, I don't have it in the thing. You'll just open up the launcher, and you're gonna just put your ID and your password, and boom, you're in. And this is what we're going to talk about today. Just the starting part, because this game can be a little overwhelming for some new players. Unable to complete version update. Uh-oh. See, even for me as a veteran of this game, I'm still running into issues. But don't let that stop you from trying to discover this game. Oh my god. Password is strong right there. I mean, it's a free trial. I don't have any of my thing here, so I don't care. Dang it, what the heck? What's wrong with it? No, I don't care about the server status. I swear, oh my god, what the hell? Okay, this is a new problem, by the way. This is not something I'm used to. But yeah, Grid, it's a free trial, so get off my bed. Okay, I'm gonna look up what that means. Verify, repair, install. I forgot how to do that, man. Honestly, whoa. When did this happen? Dang, that is cool as hell. Yeah, I'm gonna try and repair. It's not on Steam, so I don't know how to like verify or repair, but I can try and rerun the system. Also, I did make the account on a different computer, and I'm just trying to run the free trial version on the launcher that I already used to use because I never deleted the game. Oh, I found it. Okay, cool. So how's everyone been? How long was I gone? Like a week? I'm I'm gonna be honest. I'm still kind of tired because I still have to like move boxes from downstairs to upstairs and all that. Like it's been exhausting. I hate moving. Um, I'm gonna look it up. Honestly, this is really getting on my nerves. 3042619900747. Oh, what did I do? Properties. Okay. On the 21st? Oh, I've been gone for a long time then. I didn't even realize. Can you not, please? I'll save that. It's kind of ironic. Like I'm trying to help y'all with this game, and I'm the one running into problems. Oh man. Oh, there we go. It's running. Cool. So I just had to run it as an admin. All right. So, anyways, so the first thing you're gonna do is check your system configuration. Usually, it's the best idea to like play on borders Windows. And then like if depending on like what type of display you have, match the UI for the resolution that your display has. I'm running on a 1920 by 1080p, so 100% full HD is fine. I mean, normal HD is fine. You can maintain a certain frame rate. Oh, everything is uh-oh. I need to reset to default. All right, so this is give it a minute. There we go. It's running. Oh. I guess just do as I say, not say as I do or something like that. What's the saying? How does the saying go? But yeah, this game is very janky sometimes like this. So this is actually a very good example of how people might run into problems, because like sometimes the launcher gets weird and fucky like this. Like, you know, the game still runs on a spaghetti code that gets more code added to it every year with every expansion and every like every whatchamacallit. I am going to try and make everything go back to default again. It's trying to do something, but I don't understand what it is. Oh, it's probably gonna run out of time. Okay, everything is on default. I don't know why it's doing this, but I will ignore that. So let's say, you know, we're starting the game now. I hate how jank everything is right now. Alright, it's defaulting to a primal data center. That's probably because like that used to be my old data center. I think every data center right now is full. Aether is obviously, Aether and Primal are gonna be very full in my opinion. In like, maybe things have changed. I haven't played this game for maybe a year now, so maybe it's changed, but Dynamis is the newest data center in the North American region, so I'm gonna choose that. It's probably gonna be less congested than the rest of the data centers, and it's hopefully it's like nearby Texas or something, because I know. So this is what I was working with. Okay, let's pretend we're just making a new character. Since we're on a free trial version, we won't have access to two races, the Rothgar and the Viera, because those come from a paid expansion. So if you buy the base game as well, I believe that just buying the base game will also not let you choose these races. Just to be perfectly clear, you have to have access to a certain expansion to get access to male and female Rothgar, male and female Viera, and so on and so forth. I will go with the classic Lalafell. There are different races, and some of these races will have slightly different like bonuses, but I think they took that away actually. I don't see it anymore. We'll see. Oh no, they do. So if you look at starting attribute on this side, they will have a very minute advantage and disadvantages to your class or whatever, to your stats, but it's very minuscule. You should not, it's not World of Warcraft where you have to, you know, min-max everything. I mean, obviously you can if you want to go that route, but you don't have to, is what I'm trying to say. You can play like any race that fancies you. You can be a human, which is a healer in this game, an elf or an elephant in this game, a hobbit or a Lalafell in this game, a Mikode, a cat person, a Rogadin are basically like giants. You know, muscular giants, and the Aura are the dragon people. They each have their own lore as well, so if you plan on playing more of this game, you will find more about these people. So I will go with Lalafell because that's my favorite race. I've always played as a Lalafell. All right, I like this face, so you know we're gonna go and customize our character. Doesn't matter. I do like the new hairstyle, so we're gonna customize everything. A little bit of brownish hue with Alright, I'm not gonna take a long time deciding. You should, like, you as a new player should absolutely take your time to figure out like what kind of Lalafell or what kind of character you want yours to be. I'm just gonna rush through because you know, I'm trying to not waste anybody's time and just give as much helpful information as I can. So but at the same time, I am gonna try and make myself a little bit more fancy, you know, just so I can enjoy my own character a little bit. I do like the little Chelchuk-esque ears. And I'm just gonna go with default everything else. Name, no, I do not want to save your thing. The birthdays don't matter. It's about, you know, there are 12 months, so you can put your own legitimate birthdays if you want. I'm just gonna go with whatever. And then there are 12 other gods that you can worship. As the game states, this selection has no effect on gameplay. It's just for flavor text. So, you know, if you want to make a role-playing, you know, hardcore role-playing character that, you know, is blessed by a certain god and stuff like that, and want to create your own story, like as if, you know, a D&D character, you can do that. And then here comes a very, very important choice, because not only do you have to choose a role, whether it be tanks, healers, or DPS, depending on which class you choose, because you're going to start with a class, not a job. Depending on what class you choose, you're going to end up in a certain city. So there are 3 major cities that you start with. Limsa Luminsa. I'm sorry the screen's like this. I can't fix it. Ul'dah and Gridania. So if you, for example, are trying to play with a friend together, right? You and your girlfriend or your wife or your friend, you want to like start the game together from the get-go and start from the same city and everything. You got to make sure that you are picking a class that starts off in the same city. That's one thing. Or, you know, if you want to do it in a certain way where, like, you know, it's you want to have a certain subclass, because there are, you know, a city will have not just one class, it's going to give you access to multiple classes. So you know, you can choose what class you want to be. DPS are generally like harder to level, historically speaking. Again, I might be wrong now, but usually DPS, there are too many players that are on the DPS role, and you won't get you're gonna have a hard time kind of getting through dungeons and stuff if you want to do it with other players. But there is a way in game to circumvent that. Okay, I'm just gonna choose whatever, and now you can choose your name, right? If you have a name that you've already decided, you can do so here, and hopefully it's not been taken already. Or you can just roll, you know, the dice and generate a lore-friendly name according to your race. So you can, you know, you can just keep on rolling until you find a name that you might like. And this is very lore-friendly. So, I want to choose a name that I don't get flamed as. Oh, I like Gigi Murin, so I'll go with Gigi, even though I'm a guy. Alright, and so begins our adventure. It's probably going to skip a lot of things for me because, you know, I'm playing from a already established launcher, so it's probably saving up whatever. Now you're going to get hit with this queue sometimes. Apparently this server is congested. So that means to play the game, I'm being put in a queue with 26 other people. So after those 26 people get to log in, I will be able to get log in. So we just wait. You know, it's not that big of an issue. Just got to be patient. Just don't cancel the queue if you're new. You know, if you don't know what just happened, just let it roll out, and you should be able to log into the game. And here's the intro. It does a pretty basic job of like giving an introduction to what world you're spawning into, basically, for lack of a better word. And A Realm Reborn is gonna be a very slow burn, because like it's the expansion that lets you like establish the world of Eorzea.
Here.
It's pretty good, in my opinion.
Hear, feel, think.
Now, somebody is giving us a glimpse of the future, of what our particular future holds. And I must say, I do look pretty spiffy in the white mage outfit. Oh, thank you for the resub, Grid. I didn't even check. I didn't get any notification. What the heck? I'm sorry about that. Thank you for resubscribing for 8 months, man. 8 months in a row. Damn. Time flies by. And we meet our first NPCs. I'm gonna not even try to do any kind of voice acting with this, because like the words that they use is very piratey, and it gets hard. Cute little Moogles. You can see us. I had a feeling you could, Kupo. We're Moogles, and we live in the woods. In this woods. All folks can't see or hear us, which makes you special, Kupo. Seeing as how you're special, maybe you can tell us something. The woods been restless of late. Lots of strange things happening. Have you chanced to witness anything suspicious? But of course you haven't. You've only just arrived. Well, there's nothing for it then. We'll just have to keep looking. Nice to meet you. I feel like they really upped the graphics recently while I was gone. Like, the bottle looks really good now, the lighting and everything. And the skin tone. Gridania is fair a ways away. A way off, in case you weren't wondering. Seeing as you're awake, how about you keep me company till we get there? Them young'uns don't much care for a conversation, see? Oh, the mysterious twins. Bremont's the name, and peddling's me trade. As for your good self, judging by your unusual garments, I'd say you were one of them new adventurers. Am I warm? I knew it. Going wherever the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory. Now that's what I call living. As long as you can avoid dying, I mean. Ain't no secret that adventuring's a risky business, these days especially. What is it that first attracted you to it? All right. So now here is one of those tricky situation where like this is just like a harmless quiz, right? But actually, depending on how you answer this question, you are awarded certain things that will help you on the long run. So if you choose like to gain power, to win glory, or to one of these two options, it will give you will be awarded with an accessory that will make you stronger. Yeah, like give you more stat weights. But if you choose to amass a fortune, which I will choose, you will be awarded with accessories that will help you with crafting. And in my opinion, in my humble opinion, like that's the one that I usually try to go for, because like crafting can be an ordeal, especially at low levels. And the accessories that we get granted for answering that question really helps a little bit, because like you'll later find out like crafting is all about like maintaining CP and all that, like crafting points and stuff like that. So whatever the accessory grants, it goes a little bit goes a long way if you think about it, other than stats, because the stat ones, like you're constantly leveling all the time anyways, you're constantly fighting, winning gear and everything, so you won't be hurting for stats with the accessories department. Once you've learned to handle yourself in a fight, you'll want to pay a visit to whichever crafting or gathering guilds tickles your fancy. See, Gridania is renowned for its leatherworkers and carpenters, not to mention its botanists. So this is what I'm talking about when I said like you got to be careful about what cities. Like sometimes you got to think about what city you want to start with. So Gridania is known for botanist and carpenter, and I forgot the other one, but yeah. Adventuring ain't just about killing things, after all. A peaceful pastime may well help you make your fortune. So yeah, leatherworker and carpenter, sorry. There you go. Just remember though, there's more important things than fortune and glory. Just breathing, such as breathing. Ain't no profit in being dead, and that's a fact. Halt! Go no further. What's this then? What's going on? A skirmish has broken out up ahead with XIV. For your own safety, you must remain here until... And we are introduced to one of the big bads in this city. Bloody hells! We shall hold them here. Try to break clear. So, if you're into lore, each city will be dealing with a beastman, like a beast folk. Each city will have its own problem. Here in Gridania, we're gonna have to deal with a lot of exile people, because we're contesting the land with those beastmen. But if you're not into the story, it's just new enemies to fight. Joking aside, this won't be the last time you meet those feathered fiends, so just take care, alright? By the by, is this your first trip to Gridania? I am going to say yes. It is? Well done. Let this journey itinerant tell you the ins and outs of your destination. Now, the dude's gonna tell us more about Gridania. It's slap bang in the middle of the Black Shroud, the biggest, lushest forest in all of Eorzea. So, they have a problem with exile at the moment, ever since, the Calamity. You're gonna know more about the Calamity later on, because that's gonna play a big part in the story.
The Black Shroud, the ancient forest, close to the heart of Eorzea. Beneath the boughs of its towering trees lies the woodland city-state of Gridania. Once a sanctuary from the world beyond the hedge, even the mighty elementals, eternal guardians of the forest, could not forestall the coming of the seventh umbral era. However, the goddess Nofika was never one to forsake her children, and today she welcomes another brave soul. One who may yet play a telling role in the tale of this great realm.
And here's where we part ways, son. I'm off to the markets to deliver me wares. Then it's back to the high roads for me. Here, I want you to have this. By way of thanks for keeping me company. So I think that's the accessory that we get granted for answering his questions and everything. So I'm just gonna skip past all the dialogue because I don't want to waste you guys' time.
May the matron take him to her bosom, that he may never want. And in his heart, sow serenity, purity, and sanctity.
And so begins the game. Welcome back, Red. Also, thank you for resubscribing. I didn't know you were away. Baba, good morning. What am I doing with playing this? I'm just trying to help people. Well, I'm just talking nonsense, you know? It's just gonna be a one-shot thing anyways. I'm just here to like help Sanji. You there! Yes, you! I can hear it in your voice. Your face is not known to me. Newly come to the city, no doubt. Ah, the classic music. I am Bertrand, a wood whaler of Gridania. It is my duty to protect our nation from her enemies while welcoming those who may yet prove her friends. Let us see what you are. So that, in a very roundabout way, is telling you to come talk to him. Now the game is asking which control scheme we wish to use. I am going to choose mouse and keyboard. This game absolutely also supports gamepads. Follow the instructions to move your character and adjust the position of the camera. So WASD for movement, R for auto run, and then space for jump, and then the right click for turning character, and then the left click for moving camera. When you are ready to proceed, speak to Bertrand. So, before I do anything, right? Before I do anything, this is where the most important of my guide is gonna come into play. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into character configuration, and I'm going to switch over to legacy type. Legacy type is by far the best type of movement, especially if you end up going into like high level right down the road, you know, the high level content, and you want to like, you know, skip mechanic, like move around and like dodge mechanics and stuff like that. Legacy type is what I recommend all the time, every time. And then I'm also gonna skip playback for previously viewed scenario cutscenes, transportation cutscenes, and housing cutscenes, because that's just gonna save me a lot of time. And then we're gonna change the third person angle to, I prefer 60 to 70. Honestly, I'm just gonna put it to 70 because like that kind of helps me figure out where my character is standing when mechanics are happening. That's a personal preference, to be honest. You know, your mileage may vary, but that's how I choose to do things. Target, we're gonna do it in a cone. Hi, Duke. Welcome, welcome. I'm gonna highlight potential targets. Filter is a whole can of worms I don't wanna touch right now, especially when I'm playing mouse and keyboard. But you should definitely look into that if you're into it. I am going to limit the battle effect settings of most characters, and then I'm not going to touch with the mouse settings. With inventory settings, I'm going to have open all in the inventory interface, and with the retainer interface, I'm going to do expanded. I'm going to turn off store all newly obtained items in the armory chest, because you want all the help you can get with inventory management. Trust me, might as well start early. You should start early. And then sort items into sections based on category. I usually generally turn that on because it just helps. With the HUD menu, there are a few things that I usually try to check. Recommendations, I don't want them to show up on logins. Your mileage may vary with that one as well. With the HUD, I do check the target's remaining HP percentage. And then party list, you might want to mess with this as time goes by. I just don't for now. Now this is about like display name settings. I generally turn mine off when I can help it. Party members, you can change the color of your party members so you can like quickly identify them, or help you better identify whatever it is. Like you can change that. Other NPCs display when targeted, I generally use that because it is an MMO and it does get like crazy annoying when you see like hundreds of people on screen. And then minions, same thing. Minions and what's the other one? Pets, what was it? I think it's just minions. Same thing happens because like you just see floating names all the time, and I don't want that. So I generally like displaying class or job icons with nameplate. So colors, nice. Apply colors according to rule. That's also generally a good idea. I don't like to enable profanity settings because I am over 21 and I don't care about like profanities and stuff like that. But I do like adding timestamps to messages, just so sometimes if I'm like AFK and something and I come back and I want to know if I was like super late to replying on to somebody. Now the other thing I like to change before I even start this game is HUD settings. So I like to have a particular layout with my HUD, that being experience bar all the way to the top. I generally go hotbar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stacked. So there's gonna be a method to my madness. There is a grid setting. You can hold shift to like snap into grids, but I generally don't like it because like I just want them to be clean enough. Like I don't want them to be like super, Also, I just realized these are a little too big for my taste, so I'm just gonna. There is control home. I think is the. Let me check if I remember this correctly. Where's my home button? I don't have a home button. Great. I'm using a 90 or like 70% keyboard, so I don't have all the buttons available to me. All right, 80 sounds good. So bear with me for a bit, guys. This is gonna pay dividends on the long run. Oh. %80 keyboard is a horrible idea. I mean, I've been running it though. Yeah, mine is an 80 actually. Alright, so again, this is going to pay dividends on the long run. Trust me, guys. So make sure, you know, everything is in the a place that you can quickly you can just quickly use. So I don't care about New Game Plus, so I'm just gonna have it over. Party list, I want this to be a little bit tiny, because I want them to like be easily clickable. And you'll see what I mean. Duty gauge here. Where's the limit gauge? Again, this is not something I don't want people to like copy exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm just giving you a quick guidelines to how I prefer things, so that you know, you guys have a general idea of how to customize yours as well. So I don't want you guys to think like this is the only way to be effective, because it's not. All right, so there's that. Focus target bar. I want it here, I guess, and MIDI here. Okay, status info other. I generally like them justified 20:1. And I just noticed that you can have things in like certain settings, like they've really gone out and like made this even more customizable in the recent years, which I really appreciate. So status info other, I just like to put it here. It's about enhancement, conditional, others, right? So status info other, usually that means like it's like your food buffs, you know, stuff like that, if I remember correctly. So I don't really care about those. What I really care about is status in like the enfeeblements, which is like debuffs, and enhancements, which are buffs. Those you really want to pay attention to. So I'll keep these here. I'm not playing a summoner at the moment, so it's not gonna really make a difference at the moment. With the target info, this is like boss health and stuff like that. I generally like my boss's HP being displayed not that big. Not that big either. Okay, this seems good. Progress bar, I want them as big as possible. Status bar, I will make it a little bit bigger, just so we know what exactly the boss is getting hit with, like and stuff like that. But the progress bar is where you see the incoming attack. So this is how I generally like my settings to be. I forgot something here. Where's my hotbar 6? I'll put my hotbar 6 here for some reason, and then do this. And another thing you can do with your hotbar is actually from here. You can go to your hotbar. You want to turn off sharing. If you're going with the stack one here, sharing just means like, you know, if you have an attack or an action here, that action is available with whatever job or class you play, which I don't want for at least these 5, because these 5 need to be my bread and butter hotbar. And then with the display, what you can do is hide unassigned slots. I don't want to display hotbar numbers. Well, maybe I do. You know, you can customize a little bit of this. So it's really cool. Let's do that. It looks a little bit cleaner. Don't really care about it though. And then the last thing I want to do is keybinds. So keybinds, I want to go to hotbar. I generally like to replace the second one with shift. It's just how my brain works. What the hell? Oh. again, I'm doing this for my own convenience. You don't need to follow my setup like directly. It's just like, since I have mine on a cascading stack, you know, it's just my brain. I want my brain to automatically think about whatchamacallit, you know, my fingers coming down. And I wanna generally change these and use my neighboring buttons as well. And that's about it. And now I can finally start the game. Now he's gonna guide us towards the inn. On every city, they're just gonna, you know, the first NPC that you meet, they're just gonna try and guide you to the first inn on site. So now it's teaching us about the duty list. This is where the duty list is. Remember, this is where you know, your HUD layout. You put your duty list and you can change it to wherever you want on your screen. I just prefer it in this particular order. And we go and see Mother Mione. It's telling you how to, like, collecting rewards and stuff like that. If it's a green check mark, that means you're done with the quest and you just need to whatchamacallit, like, collect your reward and turn in your quest. Well, what have we here? A wide-eyed and wondering young adventurer come to put your name down at the guild, I assume. So the inn is also acting as a adventurer's guild, so we're registering our name for the first time as an adventurer. You know, very anime. I'm just gonna skip through most of the things because I don't like to... I'm not in the mood to, like, read everything out loud. I'd rather you guys enjoy this on your own if you decide to pick it up. And also, Duke, don't worry, I'm not sticking with this game. I'm not abandoning all the other games. I'm just doing a one-off today just to test my if everything was working after the move. I'm just thankful it is. Everything's good, man. Everything's good. Just moved into a new place. I have roommates now, so that's why I'm trying to, like, be as quiet and respectful as I can. I hope I don't disturb any of my neighbors. I don't know how thick the walls are here yet. But apart from that, MR28. Hey, nice. So you've been catching up. Well, I don't know if you're catching up or, like, you've surpassed me at this point. I'm not even sure. Oh, I'm still MR27. Okay, so you surpassed me. Damn, bro. I gotta put in the extra work now. Next time. I do not know if I can stream tomorrow because I still have a lot of things I need to unbox and, like, bring it to my room and, like, you know, get rid of and everything. I'm just super happy everything's working. Oh, and I forgot. There are distinct quest markers to signify whether you're doing a main scenario quest. That's the quest that's gonna further the storyline in the game, and, you know, unlock most of the dungeons and, like, everything else in it. There are side quests, and in the side quests there are distinctions between like what kind of side quests there are. If it's important, they are marked a certain way. If it's not important, and if it's just like a general like EXP farm or just a few random items, they have a different marker for that as well. I will explain that once I'm done with this cutscene. Just chill. I spent most of my time staying around MR25 because I was learning about modding Warframe and making my own build. Only now I start to rank up. Yeah, that makes sense. So, now I will talk about main scenario quests. So main scenario quests are always going to be the quest with this particular... oh my god, this particular icon. So you got the exclamation mark with the blue background and then the flames like design around it. So that signifies that you're actually doing a main scenario quest. Now let me try and pick up some side quests so that I can tell you the difference between. So for example, this just gold exclamation, this is just a side quest that you can accept or you cannot. Like, you can choose to ignore it. It's not gonna make a whole lot of difference. It's just gonna give you a bunch of XP and some random items that you might be able to use. And another important interaction with this game is the Aetheryte. Every time you see an Aetheryte, you should interact with it so that you can attune. See how it says it was attuning? So once you've attuned to that Aetheryte, you can teleport to it. Now, there might be different interactions. There might be different ways to teleport. For example, a big crystal like this, you can teleport. Now you can teleport from anywhere you want, basically. So if you're out of town, you're in a different part of the world, you can still come back and teleport back to this Aetheryte as long as you have enough gold or gil. Another way, another Aetheryte crystal are one of the local ones. So let me show you what I mean by a local Aetheryte. So this is a smaller Aetheryte shard, Aethernet shard, and it's basically a local crystal that I can teleport to locally as long as I'm inside Gridania. So just to show what I mean, I can interact with this crystal or shard and then teleport between the other shards that I've already attuned to. So since we've only attuned to the big main mother crystal and the small Archer's Guild crystal, there's not much we can do, but I can just teleport back and forth from here at no cost. It's only on the big teleports when you're teleporting from like somewhere else that it's gonna cost you gil, but you know, here it's completely free, and it's actually like you should abuse that system as much as you can because like it makes life so much easier and saves you so much time. And a general rule of thumb for me is like if you're new, you know, if you're just starting out, just pick up every quest you can, at least on the starting city, because like it's a very easy source of gil as well as EXP. After I reach MR30, I'm gonna start to learn deeper into weapon modding since it's a totally different thing. Learning how to mod is basically learning how to do how are things coded. Like Blast is coded as a weapon damage instead of normal status. Galvanized Aptitude is very weird mod. Same as some Warframe abilities can be coded as weapon damage and have critical chance and critical damage. Gotcha. Hey man, and if you learn things, that's even better for me because then I get to learn about it through you. So I'm gonna continue picking up all the local quests. And yes, it is gonna like drive you nuts, to be honest, because it's like one quest after the other. But it is beneficial on the long run, so you know, take it with a grain of salt. If you can manage to like grit your teeth and like just get through the all of these, it will give you a big bonus, like big boost starting off. with some like easy gear, or especially like just experience and gil. So this is the first quest where it introduces us to emotes. So one way to do emotes is we can right click and emote, find the emote that you want, or you can follow the instruction here and just do a/bow. You can just type in the emote as long as you're targeting the NPC or player or whoever you want to target, you want to do the emote to. Again, this time I'm going to try and emote through, just find joy, right? Yeah, there we go. And you can just click and it'll do the same thing, but I generally just like doing the / command. It's easier and faster in my opinion. I'm just lazy like that. And this time they want me to dance. And again, I'm not going through all the dialogues right now because like some of this I genuinely think like you're gonna should be enjoyed as a new player on your own, so I don't want to ruin that experience. Like I don't want to take it from you. So if you're into reading and stuff like that, try and pay attention to this because it is like worthwhile. Like the some of the writings is genuinely like top tier in this game. So I am actually gonna go do a circuit around here because if I remember correctly, that's the fastest route to do it. And we see an aetheryte shard. I think I'm lagging. There we go. I think that was a lag. I don't have super fast internet anymore. Turn in our quests. Another shortcut that you might find is you can either drag and drop, or how I prefer it is you just right click on the thing and then it'll automatically hand over. It's super convenient, and for a lazy bum like me, like it just helps. I'm going to skip the cutscene again. I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. So if you want to experience this story, I highly suggest you pick up the game and try it. I encourage it, actually. Matter of fact. Like, I don't think it would be a bad idea to just try it for once. That is a very cute fashion of that player with the yukata set. Alright, we have finished collecting everything, and I guess the person wants us to turn it over in there. And along the way there's another aetheryte shard, so we're not gonna forget to take attune to that one as well. So the first thing I'm gonna do actually is attune to this. I'm lagging again. Oh wow. There is another quest for us inside here, so I'm just gonna pick that up as well. If it's one of the slaying quests, it's even better, because otherwise, like, as a new player, I've done it where like I've done the same slay quest over and over because I didn't plan it out, and it's not like it's a big experience boost, because the thing is, like, after you surpass a certain threshold in your experience or in your level, the experience gained from monsters outside and everything gets lowered. So you're actually losing a bunch of experience if you're doing it at a higher level with a lower level quest, if that makes sense. So if you decide to like come back and do it, do like a level 1 quest when you're level 30, I suggest like you not do that on the same job or class that you're in. Oh my god, I'm definitely lagging. So all of these initial quests, you know, they're just helping you to understand how to play the game. So, you know, some of it will teach you about like player interaction, others will teach you about like object interaction and everything. By the way, I'm working full-time right now, and your normal stream is around morning, therefore I won't be around anymore. More. That's fine, Duke. I mean, you know, real life is always more important than all of this, so... I finished my office work early today and watching you on a train as I moved to the construction site. Oh, I didn't know you worked in construction. What kind? A few years back, I used to work as a draft tech. Internship? Oh, nice, nice. So, see what I mean? Like, you know, this is a very optimized run, I guess. Maybe I should try and speedrun this game one of these days. But it just makes sense, like, having played this game over and over for like 10 years or something, like, it's just... I just have a certain way of playing things, playing the game now. It's kind of embarrassing, actually, now that I think about it. And we're gonna go down to the Conjurers Guild. Was that the optimal route? I think so. Making houses, drawing, dilapidation, construction worker. Nice, man. Alright, and now I'm finally getting to talk with the guildmaster of my class. And my class is the Conjurers. So before I talk, I have to sign up. Which I gotta do with the guild receptionist. And again, I am not going to read out loud any of the things because, like, I'd rather not take away the experience from you guys. So forgive me for like skipping through everything at the moment. It's also like to save time because I don't want to bore you guys with all the reading on stream. Actually, how long have I been going? Okay. So this is our guild leader, at least if you chose Conjurer. So I'm gonna get through this. And of course you're gonna choose yes. You rarely get to choose no in this game. You're pretty much a the final boss of yes men. And sometimes you have to choose between the rewards. I'm gonna choose a potion for now. Because as a conjurer, I don't think I'm gonna be running into any kind of MP issues. All right, I'm gonna pick up all these quests and do a little bit of combat, and then I'm gonna call it a night for today's stream. Again, I'm just trying to like, it was just meant to be a test stream to see if everything was working in a working condition after the move. So I'm really glad you guys showed up. Actually, I really did miss streaming. I missed you guys. I was really worried about, like, stressed out about like not being able to stream for all these days in the past few days. You felt abandoned. I'm sorry, dude. I would never abandon you. Hey man, I got people subscribing to me for 8 months now. I would never abandon anybody like that. It's not in me to just up and vanish. So a reaction channel you watch called Cinebinge started a new channel doing anime. They started with Demon Slayer. Oh, Kimetsu no Yaiba, right? And Food Wars. Oh, okay. Man, I haven't heard the name Food Wars in a while now. Only watched the first 2 episodes of Demon Slayer. Problem is they're watching subs, so I can't use it as background noise. Ah, right. I do the same thing sometimes. Like if I'm just putting something, like putting an anime on as a background noise, I just choose the dub version instead of the sub version. It's just easier. Like I know exactly what you mean. All right, we turned over all the quests around here, so we're just gonna. So since we attuned to each and every single aetheryte shards in the city of Gridania, we are able to take the shortcut to the gates. So there are 2 gates. One takes us north and the other one takes us to the central shroud region. I'm just gonna take the central shroud. It's just another quality of life thing, you know, pretty good. So, and this is how combat works. So everything has a timer, right? And I start lagging. Great. And you're gonna hear a lot of that noise. The classic Final Fantasy victory noise. You're gonna hear a lot of that, so get used to that. A lot of people, including myself, get pretty annoyed after a certain time. That's one big criticism on my part as a longtime Final Fantasy player. Like, I just wish the classic Final Fantasy 14, Final Fantasy victory music wasn't so overused. But, you know, it's a small complaint, I guess. Final Fantasy 14 has sounds, exactly. You know what I talk. Grid knows. Grid is a fellow Final Fantasy 14 veteran, like me. Again, sorry, I'm trying my best not to make a lot of noise right now because it is pretty late and I do have roommates now. Just trying to adjust to my new living situation. I'm just flabbergasted how bad the internet is. It's probably also like the ping, because like this is the first time I'm playing it in the Dynamis region, so I'm probably not close to this data center, so it's not exactly like I have bad internet. It's just the data center is not compatible to where I am playing this game from. So sometimes, you know, you gotta figure that out as well. So like each of the data centers are situated in a location, like somewhere in North America, for example. Like one of them's in Canada, if I remember correctly. The other one's like in Dallas, Texas, and the other one, and the last one, or one of them, is in California, last time I checked. So if you're from Dallas, you know, if you're from Texas or anywhere near Texas, choosing a data center that's located in Dallas would be the optimal solution to the problem I'm having right now. I just don't know where Dynamis is. I never made a character in Dynamis. Alright, this is going to be the last one, and I am going to show you guys how to do the teleport action and then call it a night. There we go, and then now we can use the return function. This is going to be free of cost, but it will have a very long recast time. And then we immediately make it back to whatever is registered as our home city. Currently, it's going to be New Gridania for me. And that's going to be it for today's stream, guys. Again, thank you everyone for showing up. And I'm sorry again. I apologize for being gone for so long. And I hope I can get back to like a regular schedule. But I don't think I can do late night streams very well now. Because, you know, I want to be respectful to my new roommates. But yeah, thank you Great again for the 8-month sub. Thank you Duke for showing up. Everybody's really I really appreciate everybody's support. And Sanji, if you're still watching, I hope this helps you get started with your adventure into Eorzea. And for everyone else, bye bye. I'll see you on the next one. Good night.